Welcome back to the J.F.K. channel. You could have been anywhere in the world, but now you're here with me. All my super thankers and all my people that signed up for memberships, I appreciate y'all. Let's get into it.
Michael Proctor could have written text messages that he didn't know would go public that he regrets sending.
Who's that in the background?
Came from Jennifer McCabe.
Well, I think she's passed away.
Or of the Jen, did I hit him? And then she would yell, did I hit him? Could I have hit him?
Matty M and the Funky Bunch. You know, it's funny, right? Because you guys are a real funky bunch. You got Nicole, you got Jen, you got Chris, you got Julie, 6 Donuts. And don't forget about Colin. He fell and hurt his hands on the ice.
Come on, swing it. Yeah. Can you feel it, baby? Yo, it's about that time to bring forth the rhythm and the rhyme.
Matty M, huh? You're in the Funky Bunch. Your buddy Brian, he's a new kid on the block. Oh. He's got the right stuff. So you guys all want to do right by Big Bad Brian A. He controls all you guys. You guys want to please him, want to make sure you stroke his ego.
But on the morning you find out that John O'Keefe is laying dead or dying on your lawn, the first call you made at 7:20 was to Brian Higgins. Is that right?
Yes.
You know what they say about ego, right? If you don't get it in check, it will stop making decisions for you. And that's exactly what happened to Big Bad Brian A. See, he got on Boston's finest. He got with Donnie Wahlberg. You know, Donnie, Marky, the Dorchester kids, Dorchester. But see, Brian, Big Bad Brian A., you're from Canton, Massachusetts. But when you was running amok in Dorchester, shaking down all them kids, probably stealing all their drugs, taking all their money, you was running amok. You was the man, Boston's finest.
Sergeant Albert cut his teeth as a Marine in Operation Desert Storm. He views his work back in Boston as equally important. And he knows it's just as dangerous.
The Funky Bunch has a group chat. Wouldn't you know it? Yeah, Big Bad Brian A. and Jen. Matty M on the backup, on the group chat. They were talking to Kerry. None of you guys once said, I can't believe how John died. I can't believe he died in the cold. That's tragic. None of you guys were texting that on the group chat. Or I can't believe Karen would do such a thing. None of you guys are saying that. The only thing you guys are talking about is the cover-up. Don't say he came in the house. Where's the state police? Send me a picture. Seen what happened to Sandra, right? Seen what happened to the guy Mark Farwell, got arrested by the feds? Yeah. See, everybody was saying the feds don't have a murder charge. But see, when you cover shit up, the feds could come in and hit you with that murder charge and even give you the death penalty. So is that the statement the feds are saying to you guys? They're right next door, right now. Wow. Think about that, Matty M. Are you still on the backup now?
On January 29th, this is the group that you were trying to get a picture of what you were seeing, correct?
I didn't see that on the text.
And you don't deny that you said that in the text, correct?
Can you show me the text? Yes, I said I was going to try to take a photo.
All right.
I just happened to be driving through the neighborhood at that moment. I was going to take a picture to show them, oh, the troopers are outside your house.
Right.
Take a picture to show them that troopers were outside in front of the house.
You wanted
Correct.
to continue to monitor what was going on, did you not?
I was not monitoring what was going on. I just happened to drive by at that moment.
You know, Matty, you were sitting right next to Jen, right? When allegedly Johnny called and was asking for directions. And it's got me thinking, was he really asking for directions that night on the 29th of January of 2022, early morning? Was he really asking for directions? Why wouldn't he just throw it in the navigation? They're in a brand new LX 570. Yeah, Toyota Land Cruiser, same thing. Or was he really on the phone asking Jen, what's going on? Why are they acting like this? Do I got to go over there and fight? I'm going to go over there and talk to them because they're his peers, right? They're all cops at the end of the day. Is that what really happened? Was he really asking for directions?
Read between the lines. Yeah. Why?
But what happened that night, January 29th, 2022? 34 Fairview at your house, Big Bad Brian, eh? What happened when John came over?
And the Funky Bunch helps me to bring you a show with no intoxication. Come on and feel the vibration.
Matty, how much do you weigh and how tall are you? You gotta be over 6 feet. So that night at 34 Fairview, when John walked in there, and it was on site for whatever reason, did he start getting the best of Brian A? The guy who always looked at you as a little brother, right? This was your chance to prove to Big Bad Brian A that you're on the backup. Did you grab John, grab him, and hold him down? And then they came through, hit him with the weight? Is that what happened? You're on the backup. Now you're on the stand lying, you got this, you put on the suit, you're slick, you know how to talk. See, there's a saying, as quick as you could talk your way into something, you could talk your way out of something. Isn't that true, Matty? And your dialogue real quick, Matty, turned right into monologue. And monologue is equivalent to a comedian. See, comedians go on the road and they say the same monologue every single night, the same jokes, state to state, city to city, and we all laugh. And that's exactly what happened to you. The same monologue. She came through with the donuts. John was never in the house. That's a fact. I wish I would have seen him. But that's not what you were saying in the text. In the text, you was never once saying you wish you seen him, but just conveniently saying that on the stand when all eyes are on you. This is the only court case in America, people. Everybody's looking at the witnesses, wondering what they're gonna say. If you guys had nothing to do with this, you guys would just say, hey, I don't know what happened. I can't believe I didn't see him. I'm shocked.
The guy never went in the house, correct?
Objection.
Can you answer that?
John never went in the house. It's not a story, it's a fact.
You know, Big Bad Brian A, when you was on the stand, you never got on there and said, wow, I can't believe I slept through that. I'm a first responder, because you would think your instinct would kick in. Right when you seen lights or you felt something wrong inside, you would just get up. Because didn't Jen McCabe go in the house to get you? And usually first responders run right to the fire, right to the gunfight. But you stayed in the house because the night before you had the right stuff. You was hanging tough. Please don't go, Nicole. You was Donnie, weren't you? The new kid on the block. You was making love with your wife. You had other things to do. It didn't matter that one of your own was laying on your lawn. Nah, that doesn't even matter. The only thing that matters to you is covering your ass, right? So you don't get charged with murder. Sold the house, got rid of the dog. You're on the stand sitting with the family, and Paul, the only person that's gonna turn this all around. You got a safe face, and we heard about the lawsuit. But guess what? It's preponderance of evidence in the lawsuit. Likely that they did, or likely that they didn't. And there could be a lot more things that could come out in the lawsuit. So where you think you're winning, Paul, you really could be losing. Believe me when I tell you, the heat is on. The feds are out. And Paul, you could turn this around right now. Start asking questions. Ask Brian, what's going on? Why'd you sell the house? Where's the dog? Ask Matty M on the backup. When he was calling for directions, what was he really saying? And maybe Karen wasn't a blackout, because when she called Jen the first time, she said she didn't remember anything. Right?
Why? Read between the lines. Yeah.
Matty. When Karen first made that phone call, the testimony of your wife on the stand was, let me hang up with you, Karen, and call Julie and see if Chris and John walked home together. She agreed with Karen. Karen said she didn't remember anything. Last thing she remembered was the waterfall, and it was you, Matty. Yeah, it was you. But it was you, Matty. That reminded Jen. We seen her the night before. What is she talking about? That's what the testimony is. But you think we believe that? Jen wears the pants of the family. If I didn't know any better, I would think you wear the panties, Matty. Yeah, you're on the backup. Late night with your wife doing weird things. You seem a little off, buddy. But hey, it is what it is. To each his own. But you really had to remind your wife? Or did Jen really say on that First phone call. Karen, what if he got hit by a plow? He never came in the house. Oh my God, let me call Julie. Because she really wants to call Julie because Julie's probably up the street in the parking lot. Waiting for the call to be the one to discover John. Isn't that the plan? The donuts? Guys are a real funky bunch. I would assume that's what it really is, right? But then the second phone call came in. And it was Jen who called Karen. And the fatal mistake, what happened that night, was Karen picking up that phone call. And Jen just telling her, oh man, we gotta go back to 34 Fairview. Maybe he's at Tom Beatty's house. And you was there, Matty. You was on the backup. You didn't drive him. You stayed on the backup. You stayed on the text. You were talking to Big Bad Brian A. Maybe you called him. Or maybe you drove over there. Who knows? The question is, Matty, we know you had something to do with this. Did you grab John? And we don't know exactly it is what you did, but we know one thing's for sure. You're part of the cover-up. Which means is, you're going down too. The feds are watching. The streets are watching. I'm watching. Everybody's watching. Your time is up.
John never went in the house. It's not a story, it's a fact.
Tell them the guy never went in the house. And in his response, you would agree with me that he responded with one word, correct?
Yes, he did.
And in response to you saying the guy never went in the house, Brian Albert's response was exactly, correct?
Yes, that's his response.
Can you feel it, baby? I can too.